Hello. So I have a quick thing to talk to you guys about, and I'm hoping that you can give me some advice. So this is my vintage Franklin Covey Aurora. This is my favorite personal size binder, and I am going to admit that I have started to neglect it after making my business planner, which is funny because I made the business planner specifically to get my business stuff out of here so that I could cater to my personal stuff more comfortably, and now I'm kind of leaving it alone, and I want to get back into this. So I'm going to really treat myself to Franklin Covey standard inserts, like, well, not standard, but actually get inserts and everything from them, which I don't normally do because they're so expensive. I usually hack, and I've been using recollections. The thing that has swayed me recently is I found out that I had made a big mistake with I downloaded a free printable, Franklin Covey free printable, but it was made by like a private individual, and I guess it was a little bit too small. So I never knew that Franklin Covey compact inserts were actually wider. You can see a lot wider than the recollections or any other personal size for that matter. It's like on both sides there's a little bit over, and this side, now that I have some real Franklin Covey inserts, they completely cover the tabs that I had made before on my dividers. So in order to get myself back in here and really being consistent with my personal planning, I'm going to get all of those new pretty ones that they've got with the My Mind's Eye Planner Love line, and I'm gonna have to redo everything. I'm gonna have to redo every single tab because these are recollection sized and they're too narrow. So now the thing is that I had originally been using a Franklin Covey classic size as my business planner, and I was using, I'll show you real quick, I was using Heidi Swapp inserts from one of her memory planners from like maybe, I want to say this is probably like 2 years old, but I just used and used and used the heck out of it. I loved the design so much, and I wanted to I converted it 100 times. I kept slicing it and repunching it, and I finally fit it into my classic. But, oh, I'm sorry, yeah, my classic. And if you see a standard Franklin Covey classic size, by the way, the reason that I'm having trouble now is because of the ring configuration. So I never thought it would be an issue because I never thought I'd leave Franklin Covey Classic, but I'll tell you what's happening in a second. So you can see how much shorter the Heidi Swapp inserts were compared to the Franklin Covey. So when I have Franklin Covey notes and stuff in my binder, everything is a little bit off. And I pretended it didn't bother me for a while, but now moving into next year, I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more in control of that. So let's see. What happened was I bought another Heidi Swapp planner thinking that I was going to convert these inserts and just completely use this, not use any of the Franklin Covey Classic, so that the height wouldn't matter. And then you can see that all I have to do is lose some of the edge, which cuts off the holes perfectly, and then I can still use the rest of the page in the Franklin Covey in the classic size once I punch it. So the thing with that is, then I'm thinking, well, I paid for this design, and then I'm going to end up cutting off all those roses. I'll end up with not even enough for it to look pretty. So I think I'm going to go ahead and not use these after all. What ended up happening was I found my unicorn planner. Didn't think I'd ever find it because it's not available in the US. The company is in the Netherlands, and it's the company's I think it's Success Binders, and this one is designed by Floris von Baumel. And I watched a video that this girl made, and I was so like drooling over her video. And after having so much trouble finding it and figuring out how much to pay for it, I actually finally just messaged her, and it turns out that she was selling hers. So I actually now own the exact binder that made me fall in love with the style. So that was kind of cool. So anyway, I have now 6 rings, the standard A5 that most of you probably know about. So you can see that I cannot use my Franklin Covey inserts. Now, there's good and bad about this. I think Franklin Covey has very good business-minded and organizational inserts. They're not pretty, but they are very, very functional. Now, I found these at Michael's, and shockingly, they are, well, I'm in love with them. I think they're beautiful. This is, I guess, a dashboard, and I'm not going to go through all of it, but I just like the simplicity, and it's very adult, big girl style, very simple. I can dress it up if I want to. I like these vertical boxes because those look so cute when I see people decorating those, and I think I'll make good use of that. And I'll go really quickly through each divider. That is another thing I'm going to show you in a second. The inserts that I want to order from Franklin Covey for my compact that I just showed you, the equivalent to the personal size. I really want to order them. Find out they don't even come with they're like $1 million, and they don't even come with month tabs. This pack at Michael's, by the way, the paper is really good quality, and I know it doesn't bleed much because I've used it before. I ended up getting this pack for like $8 after using a coupon, and it comes with all these cute dividers for $8. Well, it's supposed to be like $14.99, which is still a steal compared to what I'm looking at with Franklin Covey. So just because we're talking about the A5, I'll show you the difference between, this is the Recollections booklets that you'll see at Michael's, and this was the cover to it. I turned it into a divider. But if you get a Filofax original page and line it up, the Filofax is a tiny bit bigger. So you just have to kind of be aware of the different tiny little difference in sizes. Now I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to mix up all my notes with the Recollections calendar. We'll see if the dividers, I've laminated all of my dividers. Maybe they'll kind of mask the difference in sizes for me. So where the dilemma really comes in is I finally fell in love with something on the Franklin Covey catalog. This is their My Mind's Eye. It's called Planner Love Weekly Planner, and the blush florals, and you can see how similar. It's practically exactly the same as the Heidi Swapp with the black and white floral vintage look. Now, I paid like $22 for this Heidi Swapp binder and calendar and extra tabs back here that are for like family goals and all that stuff. And the tabs were in there, and the paper is really great quality. I paid $22 with the binder. These inserts, Franklin Covey, are only the inserts, no dividers, no tabs, and the personal compact size is $35. So this is the one I'm debating on getting. Now, I'm kind of thinking that I might wreck another I might wreck another Heidi Swapp binder so that I can use these tabs, basically cutting down all of these monthly dividers to put them in between here because they match so perfectly. And then I might order some of these really pretty accessories. I know that their My Mind's Eye line is very good quality because I've ordered a lot of their pockets before. It's just, you know, I added up the things that I want, comes out to $85, and that's before tax and before shipping. So do I want to spend almost $100 for my inserts to go into my vintage Aurora, or can I handle a 1/4 of an inch less? That is the big question. And do I see it as just really, really treating myself and finally getting what's supposed to be in that binder? Can I justify that price? What do you guys think? Talk to me. Because I'm kind of debating. And I'm also debating, after spending almost $100, I'm still going to have to take this apart and pretty much hope somebody else can use the inserts after I've stolen all of the dividers and see if I can still sell it like that. If anybody will, you know, want it for just a couple bucks, or do I just keep them around in case I can use them for something else? I don't know. But this is a lot of cute stuff that I wasn't going to use in here anyway because don't need it for my business. But actually these would be good for my business. But just so you can see what it is. I fell in love with it. Searched for this too. Finally found it. Paid $1 million to have it shipped to me because I live in the middle of nowhere. So that is the question. I found exactly what I want for my business planner, my A5, and now I'm trying to decide if I'm a millionaire or not, and if I'm going to be really extra nice to my Aurora in 2018.